Oh my gosh, guys, this is totally skibbity. Calum N, Kara E, and Andrew K all joined Supercast last week. Hey, you can head on over to mega.supercast.com and try the free trial. That will get you ad-free listening, a behind-the-scenes podcast, and access to our mini-series. Also, we're trying to do a new mini-series if we can get to 500 subs, so go on over there and pledge your support. One other thing, if we can get to 420 subs, that means that Hallie and I will do a very special Supercast member only live stream, aka high stream. And I think you know what I mean, guys. So head on over to mega.supercast.com and check it out. And if you can't join right now, just send an episode of Mega to somebody that you think would enjoy it. Word of mouth is our best friend.
Mega is an improvised satire from the staff of a fictional megachurch.
We are here, Lord, we are here, and we're ready to podcast.
Hiya, I'm Hallie Labont, and this is Mega, coming to you from Twin Hills Community Church, where every single week we're giving our mega church a tiny family feel. We love to introduce you to members of our church staff and people from our community, and I always find it to be a treat and a treasure. And per usual, I'm joined by my co-host. He's the youth pastor for our high school ministry called Climax. Please welcome Gray Haas.
Life is but a dream because I know I'm redeemed, Hallie. How are you?
Too anointed to be disappointed. Well, just like God directs our hearts toward Him, our guest today directs the traffic and the foot traffic and all things out in the parking lot. Returning to the program today, it's Vincentus Mobibikakis. Welcome to the program, Vincentus.
Hallie, my name is Vincentus Moblevicius.
Vincentus Bibligatis.
It's all right, yeah.
Okay.
And you sort of, there is a Jesus sounding word in there, isn't there?
Moblevicius.
Jesus. I guess I always kind of hear
Moblevicius. I never think about that, but also could be, yeah.
Well, Vincentus, it's really nice to have you back on the program. It's been a couple of years, and I guess we really wanted to check in because, you know, as many people know, you started as a shuttle bus driver way out in the parking lot, and bit by bit, step by step, you have worked your way up to, I guess, essentially coordinating all of the parking lots around campus. How are things going out there?
Yeah, so that's a big promotion for me, and I'm loving all of what that can be and doing it with all the people. I have a higher calling, and it's not to drive the bus, but just to sit in the little hut.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so then I have guys working with me, and these guys, I'm like, I would say I don't enjoy management, but now look at me. I have a staff, and I love these guys like a family.
That is awesome. And I got to ask, because Gray has really befriended Lieutenant Dan Bilbo out there, who's in charge of all the ICE, the ICE officers.
He's actually a colonel in ICE now.
Yeah, and all the ICE agents out there.
Yeah, are you having a lot of interaction with the ICE trucks or the de-ICE trucks, as it were?
Yeah, these guys are misunderstood a little bit. Because they also have family, and it's not easy also to wear the mask post the COVID. People have hard time with this one, but let me ask you something. Why should we dox these guys, right? They should just be able to live their life anonymously, and I have started to put my mask back on in solidarity and to wear it to into life.
Oh,
I love that. I mean, I think, and that's such a great point, Hallie, is these are family guys. They are just normal guys with normal lives. And I mean, Vincentus, correct me if I'm wrong. I passed, I think it was over in Lot KK the other day, and they must have been on their lunch break. They had a whole Foursquare court that they had chalked up, and it looked just like a bunch of friends playing a game of Foursquare, albeit in masks. But they were having fun, and I think I even saw you out there a little bit.
Yeah, we are all kids at heart and part of the flock. So these guys, they had a little chunk of sport court, that Bilbo knows a guy, brought that out, and they say, hey, you guys know pickleball? And then one guy said, no, I don't like that sport. It's a blue sport. I say, let's not concern ourselves with colors. And ironically, the guy who says it, he has a brown skin, but he's have a hard time with blue. The ironies are stacked up like hotcakes, but we played Foursquare. That's what you saw. And that is a game for children. And at the end of the day, here we are in our masks. In the case of these guys, getting paid now $250,000 to $400,000 a year just for the job of find someone who looked different and put him away.
Yeah, I was going to ask. I mean, in terms of Lieutenant Dan Bilbo and yourself, because you're both sort of like leading different charges out there, does he ever...
And it is Colonel Dan Bilbo now. He
sorry.
did get he got promoted.
Well, I was just wondering if any of those ICE guys, if they keep accidentally trying to snag and body snatch you because of your accent.
It's been very educational for me to see that for them, I am not a conflict in their mind as a American. They have not even asked me about my papers. And one guy said, well, let's be fair about this. You are as white as the Milky Way. I say, wait, I know that is a candy bar. It's not white.
Oh, that's right.
They said, no, yeah, when talking about the stars in the sky, I said, well, I know this constellation, also not actually very white. And they said, you are a white man, and don't be afraid of it, embrace it. And so I am starting to see now, have more white pride.
Oh, wow.
That is really good.
And if I may say, because I know people usually prefer comments about their body and their physical appearance. So if I may say, you are exceptionally white. You're not even like an ivory or a peach. Most people who are white are, they're technically a peach color, but you're actually kind of white like a piece of college ruled paper.
I had an uncle, his name is Dimitri. And he's from very far north on my mother's side, and they're all very light, very white. But he is so white, you can always see when I'm child, you can see his ventricular system, his vascular system. You can see every vein, and we always called him Mr. Invisible when we were growing up because he's like translucent.
Yeah.
So I come by this naturally, and I try to wrap my arms around this one. And look, it's hard time because I also enjoy all the colors of the person rainbows, you know?
Right.
But here we are. This country is under fire, and we have to get together and understand that it's time to take care of each other, but in order of skin color.
Yeah, and I think that's great that you ended up in a place like Indianapolis with only 3 to 9 days of sun a year. I mean, that working outside, or in this case, now you work in the hut, and I think that's a good place for a person with a skin tone like yours.
Do you know that inside this hut, I have now built not just desk, but also there's like a dorm fridge underneath there, and it's packed to the gills with Celsius.
Oh, what is that?
Celsius is a low-calorie, high-caffeine drink of different flavors, much more nuanced and refined than, let's say, Red Bull, which I think tastes a little bit like a shoe leather and like bark from a tree. But this Celsius is delicious and very good for staying up 18-hour shift and busting people who are lovers of Jesus, but park illegally sometimes into the loading zone or into the handicap parking spot.
Well, I remember, and this is probably good for you because I remember a few years ago, you were a bit confused by the whole Fahrenheit thing. And Celsius, you were always saying it's this many degrees Celsius. And, a lot of times people would say, go outside, it's really nice, it's 72. And you would freak out because you thought everything was, essentially on fire, burning down.
Yes. It's funny that you say that because I've also, as you know, not been a climate change denier, but I would say I'm in the middle of the pack when it comes to accepting certain aspects of what they call science. So, yeah, when I hear 72 degrees, wait, we're all going to die right now because that is... In Fahrenheit, if my math is correct, that is like 240 degrees.
Right. Yeah, I think your math is correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is what the temperature that I am cooking a short rib for 6 to 8 hours till the bone fall off. And me and my brothers, when we were child, very simple preparation. We did not have money for salt, pepper, or water. So you put in the 240 degrees, 8 hours, okay? And then you take outside and you slap in the dirt a few times, and it's like a dry rub. You know what that is?
Oh, no. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
But sometimes you pick up a bog. Sometimes you have a more texture, like it's a pebble. Another time it's a couple pieces of leaves. Depend on the time of year. It could be a dry leaf. It could be a supple leaf,
Are your business expenses playing hide and seek? With Uber for Business, the small spends that slip through the cracks, like rides and meals, go right where you need them. Because it integrates with leading expense platforms, you can say goodbye to surprise costs, missing dollars, or chasing receipts. Everything's track downable. Uber for Business. Make small steps that make a big impact. Learn more at uber.com/small steps.
Wish you could become a morning person? You know the type, up before the sun, early morning runs, first one to the office with donuts and a smile. How do they do it? Easy. With the new Galaxy Watch 8, sleep tracking and personalized insights from Samsung Health help you improve so you can wake up to a whole new you. One who, dare I say it, skips the snooze? It's possible. Train your sleep with Galaxy Watch 8. Learn more at Samsung.com. Requires compatible Samsung Galaxy phone, Samsung Health app, and Samsung account.
And I've seen the little grill you guys have out there by the hut.
Yes, I feel like you guys are spying on us, but please don't be a stranger. Come and enjoy. We like to keep one thing recently. I don't know if you know, there's one ice guy. His name is Hector. Beautiful green eyes.
Oh, wow.
Eyes like a pine tree. And he has been bringing it delicious. They're called pupusa. This is like almost like a dumpling, which feels very like I'm back home in Vilnius, but it's a little bit crispy on the edge. On the inside, they're hiding beans that are delicious. Also, sometimes cabbage pieces, sometimes a little bit of a meat. It's incredible. I said to him, Hector, I want to give you a hug. This is so delicious. And we are cooking it on the little outside George farm. And I said, let me give you a hug. Please pull down your face. He said, I can't show you my face because you will be very surprised about what you see. I'm not who you think I am.
Oh.
Slowly, he pulled down his mask in a private setting. I can't tell you. He's a very dark guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his family is from El Salvador. And I said, wow, you're not a white guy.
Oh, I love that story.
And he said, don't tell anybody about that.
Oh.
But I'm telling you because it's private.
Right.
I think it's confusing to do this job, and I asked him, can I do this part-time? Because I'm not sure you know about this, but I'm trying to get into real estate now.
Oh, really? What is it about real estate?
Just purely nothing but money. It's not interest. It's just I was watching a program and they're talking about the appreciation of all the value of something. And I said, one day I might prefer to have more money. And so I'm looking at this idea right now. And actually, me and these ice guys are talking about going in on a strip mall in Kokomo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Key West of Indiana,
Up
isn't
by
it?
Fort Wayne. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we're looking at that right now. They're asking for $220,000. And I said, talk to me some other time. That's not going to happen. But if we get along and we're talking, Colonel Dan is part of this group. And maybe we can send you. So we have a deck.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry,
what?
what?
We have a deck that we can send you.
Do you mean like a policeman?
Yeah, we have a deck, all the information on it, photos of this mini mall, comparatives of this mini mall against different mini malls.
Oh,
And I'll also tell you, there is a Vietnamese family that is making nails in one room there. In another room, there is a pizza place that's, do you know this pizza place, Jet?
Oh, I love Jet.
Yeah, they have that one there. And then also but there's, how do you say that? They can read your mind.
A psychic.
Yeah.
Evil.
Oh, no.
Uh-huh. Evil.
And I'm not comfortable with that. I said, I'm a Christian. I'm God fearing. I'm a Jesus loving.
Yeah.
And here I'm looking inside and, they're burning some kind of,
Oh, no.
stick. And
oh,
No.
okay. I thought you were going to say human remains.
Yeah.
it could be, but we're looking at that one because also partly it's that if the apocalypse comes, then we're going to have a place to be. And I want to provide that to my friends like you.
Yeah.
If we all have to hide out for a small time when the rapture comes, or really when China comes, I think is
Yep.
the biggest fear
Yep.
right now.
Yep.
We can all live in the kitchen of the Jet Pizza.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, that is everything at the mini mall that you might need, apart from the psychic, which maybe we could change into a prayer center or something. But that is good that you have the resources you need all there at the Kokomo mini mall.
I think so. I choose not to get to know these people that work in there because one thing about real estate that I was reading about is very good to disassociate the human element from just the money.
Oh, yeah, I see. Because you don't want to have to get, if you have friends and then they don't pay, you're going to have to, I've told this to, I'm not sure if I've mentioned it before, but my friend Clay Mason Bannerman has had renters in the past, and you can't get attached to them because guess what? Then they take advantage of you.
Yep.
I think the one thing about business I'm learning, because I'm now also reading Art of Deal, which is great writing, and also different things. One thing by the woman, who's the woman with the severe hair, but she's very financially savvy.
Oh, I think Deb Orban.
Yes, I think that's that. Deb Orbitz. And has all these books. They say business is not emotional.
Yes.
It's business. It's not called business friends. It's called business.
And I think, probably with the way you're approaching even the leadership of the parking lots right now, I mean, things are running very smoothly there. And you probably have come up with a whole philosophy of leadership based on some of these things, I'm sure are helpful when it comes to running a ruthlessly efficient parking lot, which I would say we have now.
First of all, it won't come as a surprise to you. I'm a very impressionable man. Part of it is first gen, coming from another country, have to assimilate, very open-minded about things. But I'm learning quickly that it's very healthy to be close-minded, that quickly I'm saying, hey, these guys have good ideas, and I'm going to take these ideas. And everyone is talking these days about the mob mentality, how it's terrible. But let me ask you this. What if it's a good mob with a good mentality? Then we should all get on board and be somewhat blindly loyal to these ideas.
To be honest with you, my friend, I'm so glad that you are a person who has assimilated
Yes.
into America from a foreign country and that you're not an immigrant, because those are just bad across the board. And I'm just so grateful that you're not one of those.
You know, they're always saying, people are always saying, hey, this is a country of immigrants. And my answer is, it's a country of people that were immigrants. But the moment they get here, if they can understand what's good for them, they're no longer immigrants. They're Americans. And we should look at immigrants as being a threat.
Yes. I mean, when I look at you, apart from, your skin being very almost clear, I look at you and I'm going, this is an American guy. You've got Crocs on. I think, that kind of gives it away with the, with the American flag. What are those called on the buttons or something?
Yes, flares.
Flares on the Crocs. You've got cargo shorts.
Oh, you're talking about widgets.
Oh, widget. Okay, yeah, you got the widgets there.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, this jacket, is this a Dream Team? This is an original Dream Team starter jacket.
This is Dream Team starter jacket, and also collecting right now. Most of people don't know this, but Space Jam, when they made this movie, they had a lot of merch that never saw light of day. I have been able to, with power of internet and far-reaching influence of capitalism, I'm able to find a lot of these things. Interestingly, from China, wink, wink, I'm sorry about that, but it's also the reality. A lot of this stuff does come from there. And yes to tariffs, but no to judgment about spending more than we should to get what we need.
Yeah. And honestly, if I may offer you a word basket of encouragement, my man, I think the longer you're here, the less we'll even hear your accent. I mean, listen to Gray. He assimilated well from another country, and he has an American accent now, and you will too.
Nobody even thinks of me as an immigrant because I'm not. I am an American.
Yeah.
Yours is so good, Gray. Like, it's so good. And it's funny that you say that, because other day it was Dan. He said, am I crazy, or do you sound more foreign now than you did when you got here 5 years ago? And I said, F you, man, because it's possible.
And I mean, you even sound more foreign. I mean, even 2 years ago, and I don't want to play back the tape, but it's like, I guess it waxes and wanes, doesn't it? And I mean, in my case, I'll say, hey, I'm Gray. And people will go, wait a minute, where are you from? The number one guess people say is Ohio. And they'll say you're from either Ohio or Florida, and I say Indiana. And they go, that makes sense.
Did my card go through?
Oh no.
Your small business depends on its internet, so switch to Verizon Business. And you could get LTE business internet starting at $39 a month when paired with select business mobile plans. That's unlimited data for unlimited business.
There we go.
Get the internet you need at the price you want. Verizon Business. Starting price for LTE business internet, 25 megabits per second unlimited data plan with select Verizon Business smartphone plan savings. Terms apply.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the Dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
I always have looked up to you both because you're leaders of this community, but also you're leaders outside of this community. You're living a full life that exists not just in the confines of Hillsong.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, I just want to go back briefly because I want you to know, Vincentus, that I'm going to put you on the top of my prayer list, specifically in your relationship to that psychic who's in the strip mall. That really worries me because, as we know, anyone who tries to predict the future is a false prophet and they're evil. And, I feel like I'm getting a prophetic word right now from the Holy Spirit about what's going to happen in that strip mall. And it is that we are going to replace that psychic with some prophetic Christians who are going to pray a hedge of protection around your new real estate.
Thank you for that. Also, what is false about her is that she's only paying $250 a month in rent. And just when I run the comps, she really should be paying like $600 a month in rent. And that spread right there is exactly the type of fruit that the tree can bear. So me, Dan, Hector, all these guys, if we go in on this thing.
Oh, Hector's in on it too, huh?
All of the ICE guys, we created an LLC that is just for real estate investment.
Oh, that's awesome. I love creating LLCs.
It's called Brand New Day LLC.
Brand New Day LLC.
And just so you know, if you're going to go to Delaware and pull the file and look up the license, it is, we misspelled it. We have a lot of immigrants in that group. So it ends up being BRANDNEW, and I don't know why. Also, one more W, and then DAY. So double W, Brand New Day, one word, LLC.
Okay, so if any, just to repeat that, if anyone does want to go to Delaware and pull the LLC files for Brand New Day.
And please do that.
Okay.
Because this is America. Full transparency, like we're hiding from nothing and no one.
I mean, every time I come up with a new idea, I always make an LLC. I have so many at this point because, I am an entrepreneur. Sometimes I can't keep track of them and I'll have to, go back through because you have to get, different business addresses and whatnot. Some of them I've used, some of them I haven't. I'm always a bit annoyed and I hope they take care of this, which is I don't want to file taxes for every one of these just because I made them.
Okay, and I have a quick tip for you guys about this particular thing because I've been doing a lot of research about this.
Okay.
If you bury a body on the premises of any of these businesses, technically, this is now cemetery status.
Really?
Absolute tax write-down. A lot of people said, what happened to Ivanka Trump? That's Ivana. By the way, which one is the wife and which one's the daughter?
It's hard to tell.
I think they're interchangeable, and that's okay.
It's hard to tell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the idea. But she died, and our great president buried her on his golf course in Florida. And people said, why? Something is not right here. And everyone goes to these crazy theories about this. And in actuality, no. This guy, our great leader, is a very smart, wise businessman, okay? And he knew if I bury my ex-wife, who was about to be deposed at the Southern District of New York about all of the dealings and the tax things, and probably some Epstein false things, okay, that's not why she died. And the timing is not strange. She died. She had accident. She fell down the stairs in her townhouse. Okay? You can look it up. But yeah, and yes, it was 2 days before this deposition. You know what? Yes, things happen at a strange time sometime. My brother, I had a twin brother. He died in the delivery. Okay? And people said, it's because you kept him from coming out. They tried to pin it on me that I killed my unborn brother, okay? No is the answer, okay? And he buried the ex-wife and no taxes. That's just a smart way to do the business.
And imagine trying to hit out of that sand trap.
Let me think about it.
You know, Trump's the one that said, you know, only suckers pay taxes, and he's smart enough not to. And, you know, it's things like that where if you're smart enough, you know how to avoid that thing that's a problem for everybody else. That's why so many of these ICE agents, even in our own parking lot, these are immigrants themselves. Well, guess what? That's because they're smart enough to say, rather than get kidnapped, I'm going to take $400,000 a year to do the kidnapping. You know what I mean? Same thing. I'm going to be smart enough to figure out how to not pay taxes, right? You know, that's just how it works.
It's another example of my journey to understand the genius of this guy, because once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. And he's got a lot of truth that he's giving, and sometimes too much, and it's hard for people to swallow that.
And the truth will set you free.
I think truth will set you free.
Yeah.
And I think the sand trap can be hit out of. I think that was what you're trying to imagine, that one.
I gotta be honest with you, Vincento. I think your little hut out in the parking lot and speaking of the ICE agents out there too, I think your hut looks like one of those ice fishing huts. Is that a thing where you come from?
That's exactly what it's supposed to be. And I added a lot of horsehair on the top because that's how we do it in the small lakes and ponds and fissures of my youth. So yes, horsehair everywhere. Go and ask the people at the stables in the Indianapolis Colts for Kids. That's the stables, the nonprofit that takes horses and gives kids that are in trouble with their behavior and rehabilitate them. And we gave them all haircuts. And the kids helped us cut the long hair off these colts. And now you see that on the hut. And yes, looks just like a ice fishing hut.
Oh.
I mean, and ice fishing, that's pretty cool.
I mean, you can have this one for free, Vincento, and you can share it with Lieutenant Colonel Dan Bilbo.
Colonel, yeah.
That, hey, remember how Jesus was a fisher of men? And that's a good thing? Well, anytime somebody says these ICE agents are kidnappers, they can have this one for free. Nope, we're just fishers of men. Okay? That's what we call ice fishing.
I like that a lot. And maybe give Dan a hard time because the Colonel, we did cut a hole in the middle of the hut. And he sometimes liked to relieve himself into that. And I say, wait, there's nowhere for the waste to go. It's just, we did it for a fun throwback thing.
You're actually not on a frozen lake, for crying out loud.
No, just on top of asphalt. And we've had to replace the bottom paneling several times already. But I think he does it because he can. It's a power move, yeah.
I'm Holly Laurent playing Hallie Levant, and that over there, that's Greg Hess playing Gray Haas. If you would like the Mega VIP treatment and listen ad-free, just go to mega.supercast.com. We would love it if you did. Become a member. Do it. It'll feel so good.
Speaking of Supercast, it's a great time to join. There's a free trial, and that is the best way to make sure that Mega keeps going. You know, you'll get your 4 to 6 episodes per month ad-free, including a behind-the-scenes podcast that we make. And really, it is the way we keep going. So please consider a Supercast membership. A very special thanks to our founding members. That's Bobby and Betty, Nana and T-Pop, Adrian O, Kristen A, and Anonymous. You know who you are. See you next time.